palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Breaking news of a deadly movie theater shooting near Denver, Colorado. Authorities say at least 14 people were killed during the showing of the new Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises. You're looking at live pictures there.
No, we're not.
Close to 40 others are being treated for injuries. Witnesses told investigators that the gunman kicked in one of the theater exits, threw a smoke bomb, and opened fire. Police have a suspect in custody.
And we have no evidence of any additional shooters. Police officers responded and found the gunman in the back of the theater, outside in the parking lot near a car, in possession of a gas mask and at least a rifle and a handgun. There's at least one additional weapon was found inside. The shooting apparently went on for some time. As of right now, we have approximately 50 who were hit, and we have 14 dead. 10 in theater, and 4 died at area hospitals.
A horrible and terrifying situation there. The suspect made reference to possible explosives. As a result, an apartment building in North Aurora has been evacuated as police search for possible explosives.
And that's how we start today's show.
Damn, son.
Now we don't. They're saying. Someone said. Who said that they thought it looked like an Indian male? That's the only reason I'm thinking it could be terrorism, like a terrorist. For
just one of the news
this has
channels.
Crazy white guy.
Yeah.
Crime written all over it. Might be though. Might be this ideal opportunity for somebody if they wanted to make some type of statement. But this is crazy white guy crime.
It definitely is, and it's like, especially at that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
But why? Who described him as an Indian guy?
Some reports that were coming in. You know,
just a suspect. I mean, a witness. So
okay.
I mean,
yeah.
Maybe that's nothing.
Yeah.
No, I mean, this story is so brand new that just a lot of stuff is being thrown out there right now.
I just shot him in the face. Well, you know, probably would have cowered. Cowered under a seat.
Yeah, he had a lot of weapons.
Oh, he did.
14 dead. That number's going to be a lot higher because a lot of the people they're bringing to area hospitals are in critical condition. So,
yeah.
Midnight showing of Batman.
Damn. Yeah, I guess as the day goes on, they're going to get more details. But, oof, that's brutal.
It probably is some crazy white, some disgruntled.
Oh.
And what they'll do...
I'm sure they'll have a manifesto.
Yeah, and the news will talk about it instead of just talking about what a fucking... little worm this guy is.
Right, piece of shit.
A real piece of garbage. They build these guys up to be like, wow. They contribute to making these guys legendary in a way, which makes other guys want to do it.
Yep. This is close to Columbine, too, they're pointing out.
Fucking Colorado, man. There's a lot of weird shit that happens in that.
How close to Columbine? Like
20 miles.
20 miles from
They got
Columbine.
like a fucking that thin air. I don't know.
Yeah, something going on.
Fuck that shit is.
Fucking breathe.
That's
just
crazy.
Breathe deeper or something.
Get some oxygen.
On TV, there's still obviously those all cops outside the movie theater.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brand new, man. I mean, it was a midnight showing, and it's 4:17 in Colorado, or Aurora, Colorado.
What happened towards the end of the movie?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's a very fresh story.
Back, like he couldn't breathe. I was like, what the heck's going on, you know?
Heck.
James,
language.
Yeah, it's Peter Johnson. Were there police at the theater when you arrived there for the Batman showing? Did there seem to be a lot of security there? Did there seem to be anything special that was going on outside of a happy event of seeing a premiere of a new movie?
Yeah, there was an Aurora police officer, and also there was a heavy security presence there. There was like rented cops, but there was an Aurora police officer just coasting the parking lot, making sure people weren't hanging out in their cars like they normally would at an event like this. Yeah.
And describe it for us. As it began to unfold, we understand K-9 units were there, FBI on the scene. Police from every possible area coming in to help.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, it's like the law enforcement thought of the sky. Just 1 second I'm dealing with my friend, and then the next second I'm yelling, "We need help!" and I'm on the cell phone going crazy. And it seemed like a snap of a finger. There's just police everywhere. So I mean, they
gunmen used at least 3 guns: 1 rifle, 1 handgun, 1 gun stashed in theater.
Probably
maybe he threw the gun.
Oh, okay. 10 died in the movie theater, 4 on their way to the hospital so far.
This never bodes well for gun control.
Is that what you're worried about right now?
Well, no, but in the long run, it's one of those things where this is one of those opportunities that people use.
People use it to.
They use it and go, we got. I think a nut like this would have gotten his hands on what he wanted.
Your thought being,
regardless.
But your thought being, if there was other people in the theater with guns.
Hey, if somebody was at least, maybe nothing could have been done, no matter who had what. But maybe if somebody was close enough,
right?
Somebody thought about it,
right?
Saw him right there. Could have taken a fucking shot at him.
He had a bulletproof vest on.
Yeah.
So he was ready.
Yeah. Shoot him in the face.
Which shows you, though, again, this goes more towards, I don't know who this leans towards, because it does make you, he wanted to survive. He wasn't trying to get, wasn't trying to commit suicide.
Maybe he just wanted to get a little more longevity. Possible. So he can take people out more instead of surviving. But they did take him alive, so.
Why do they have to take him alive? That's what frustrates me.
Yeah, well, that's what the cops do. Could have just unloaded on him, right? Freeze.
Now we're gonna have to see the guy, and then it'll be glorified, and blah 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 blah. He began shooting before the movie started.
Covered with blood.
Yeah, they're showing a guy walking out with black
who I believe heard that press conference and is the up-to-the-minute details on this horrific tragedy in Aurora, Colorado that started late last night. Justin?
It really is a horrific tragedy, and you can see people showing up here at the shooting location, people that are just waking up to this news. What we know is going on at this moment is the chief of police tells us that they are currently searching the shooter's home. Apparently, when one of these officers took the shooter into custody, he made some statements. Number one, that he had the incendiary device in the car. As you said, they have recovered that. He also said that he had an incendiary device at his home here in Aurora, and we are told the police are searching his home right now. Just to update the latest. What we know, as you said, 14 people confirmed dead. We're told as many as 10 to 12 inside the theater, 50 people injured. You spoke with a witness a moment ago, and that's really the account that's coming out of here. People say this man stood up. He was apparently wearing some form of body armor or what looked like body armor. He turned around and was wearing a gas mask. And they say at that point, one witness described it as 2 bombs went off. We now know that was tear gas. When the tear gas went to this theater, there was sort of a mass panic. People started running, and this man simply started shooting. We are told many of those dead inside the theater are children and teenagers. I'm told by one witness that a baby was shot at almost point-blank range while his family was right next to him.
Jesus.
So these people that are showing up here at the shooting scene are just beginning to learn this. It is a tragedy that's unfolding here in Aurora, Colorado.
It's just awful. Justin, there are a couple of stories out there, and we don't know exactly how this started. Are you under the impression that the gunman was in the theater at the time the movie started, or, as one of the local Denver affiliates is reporting this morning, he kicked an emergency door down and came in that way?
I don't have that information. What I know in talking from police sources as well as witnesses is that the previews had played. It was around 12:30, and that's when this individual simply stood up, is what I was told, and turned around and faced the audience. So whether he made his way in through one of the emergency exits, I simply don't know that.
How do you get a mask in?
So you got a rifle in.
Yeah.
Oh no, the midnight showings, everyone dresses up, so it was perfect.
Do they really?
Yeah, man. They go all in.
What?
They get all festive.
Do you know that's maybe, if that's accurate, maybe that's why he fucking chose that showing, because he could go dressed up.
He'd probably, they keep saying a gas mask, but it probably looked kind of like the Bane character.
Right.
Kinda. Or at least people go, oh, he's dressed as Bane, even though it was a tear gas mask.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. These people, they dress all up for the midnight showings of these big movies.
How much, by the way, does MSNBC stink? They have Morning Joe on right now.
Yeah,
and they're talking about Obamacare. It's like
of seniors who worry about them, and will they be taken care of?
This is really one of the biggest problems.
That's why they have no fucking viewers.
Yeah, me and Ann,
MSNBC, no viewers.
That's why no one watches your shitty network.
Dummy.
Me and Ann were talking just before you got here, Jimmy, and they started with the story, and they're like, okay, they're going with it, and then literally 3 minutes later, they're doing other news. I'm like, what? You just are out of touch.
No one's that's watching the news is watching that.
Yeah, everybody wants to know
Tennessee plates.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's what I'm hearing from police sources as well. We're hearing that both that he had Tennessee plates, that there was an incendiary device located in his car, but we are also told that he does have a residence here in Aurora.
Okay.
So that's where they're searching right now.
In terms of the gang you're responding, are you aware of any history in Aurora in terms of gang activity in that town? I'm given to understand also that there's been a curfew in the past for citizens.
Gang activity.
That's not
crazy.
That's
that
crazy
ain't a
white
thing.
guy.
Gang. This is crazy white guy or Muslim extremist.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Gang activity? What are you talking about?
Gang.
These guys just hit every angle because they said that the police sent the gang police. I was like, all right, let's just go with
It's
that.
like everyone showed up for this one, believe me.
Yeah.
In Aurora, the Aurora PD, I think the fucking secretary showed up. Please.
Joseph, he's been doing a great job reporting out in Denver. We thank you very much for the live report from Aurora, Colorado.
And folks, if you're just waking up with us at 6:25 on this Friday morning, some terrible news to let you know about. In Aurora, Colorado, the chief of police telling us there at a news briefing that 10 people were killed on site of a movie theater at the opening of The Dark Knight Rises, and then 4 others were later reported dead in area hospitals. And this was a sold-out showing, across the country, a midnight showing. And you two, it seems that there is just a dark cloud hanging over these Batman movies. The last one that came out, Heath Ledger,
Oh, my God.
And not only that, but then we're also thinking about the images from Columbine. I mean, there are just so many parallels here.
It certainly casts a cloud, and we know it's so close to Columbine.
There's no
on the phone now is Jackie Montgomery, University of Colorado,
and he
Denver.
blew by her. He blew by this fucking dumb broad.
Good morning, Ms. Montgomery.
They all just fail you in the end.
How many
the
folks
news,
have been brought to your hospital? What condition are
He
they
had a
in?
drug overdose.
And
no
describe
kidding.
what
What does that
the
have to
scene
do with
in
it?
terms
After the filming of the
family
movie.
members coming
Long
to the
after.
hospital
There's
to see
a
their
dark
loved ones,
cloud over the movie Gone with the Wind because I think a lot of people are dead. That starred in that movie. It's cursed.
Well, you can. There's a dark cloud over this radio show.
Jesus.
If you want to go with that shit.
We have a handful of teenagers. I don't know the exact number, but we're really focused on just providing them terrific care.
It's horrible. It's
awful.
The baby thing literally made me
That's
puke in my mouth.
That's pretty fucked up. That's
We got
ruthless shit.
Suspect found is this instant feedbacker. It says Ruben
Kincaid.
Ruben Kincaid seems to be in custody per police scanner. Easy to find on Facebook. It's Ruben Gutierrez. Gutierrez, Gutierrez.
Is he a?
I'm just going with this because it's so.
Hispanic?
This could be completely wrong by this instant feedbacker, but what the hell? It's so fresh. We got.
He's listening to the
police scanner.
Click on one of those. Who knows, right?
Yeah, you never know.
Click on one of those. You never know. Maybe this guy's got some fucking.
Maybe that's why he was mistakenly identified as an Indian guy. Possibly, if he's Spanish, maybe it was a mistake.
That's in Spanish, huh? Yeah.
That's in Spanish.
Look up,
well, anybody else have any info?
Where's he from? San Antonio. That ain't it.
San Antonio.
Why don't you look up his name and then
and put Aurora.
Aurora, right?
Or Colorado.
Just put Colorado. Mm-hmm. All right. Colorado.
Look, this could be a dead end, obviously, but
15 people named. 16 people named. Spokio. Littleton, Colorado. My life. Ruben Gutierrez.
They're saying he has a residence in Aurora.
Huh?
Sure. I mean, given our proximity to the local airport and we're a major city that we've had airplane incidents and other things like that happen. So the team here is well prepared to handle anything like this.
That dumb woman.
I know you train for it, but at the same time, when it happens, it's
embarrassing, right?
Right.
Who the fuck would say that on Fox News?
All right, Jackie
I'm not saying
Montgomery,
they're great,
University
but
of Colorado,
I mean, you're a news
Hospital
source.
Center. We thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Can you imagine? I mean, you just go,
now
go to
they
the
start
movies
with
to
their-
escape reality.
There's no new info at the moment.
You've got somebody's cell phone
So we let's
video
speculate that it was
of
us.
what was happening just outside the Century 16 movie theater. just a couple hours ago, where you go in just to escape reality, and then some guy.
We understand what a movie is, motherfucker.
Had
you get your popcorn, you get your coffee. Shut
Can
up.
you just imagine?
You got your popcorn, you're escaping reality.
You know what, dude? You're sitting there.
And I just
then you
touched
hear
a few minutes
boom,
ago on the
and then
moment
boom, there's more
going
booms.
to this movie show, a midnight showing of the Batman.
The Batman.
Movie.
The Batman.
And I can still imagine across Aurora and the area, the fear and the anxiety of parents wanting to know, are their children coming home tonight? We heard from James, the witness,
Thanks
earlier
for adding that. I didn't
about seeing
think
a
that
little
was a
girl
possibility.
shot and a mother cradling that little girl.
Oh boy!
And something obviously that will stay with him forever.
Yeah, emotional wounds for so many of those
throughout their lives. We're getting more and more details as time goes on now. We know that at least
they're covering this as opposed to MSNBC, who's doing the Emmys.
And I guess, Willie, the question is, what happens if Heilman wins a couple of Emmys? Seriously?
Halpern has humility. I'm not worried about
What a fucking terrible fucking network.
Heilman went Hollywood a long time
talking
ago.
about the Emmy
And they
nomination.
sit there every time the ratings come out.
If he has
They
an
have
Emmy
to
to
sit
put
there
on
and
his
think,
mantle.
why are we losing to
Sunday's
Fox
Parade
every time?
Let the games
Why do we
begin.
get beat the fuck up? Now they're going to do an Olympics break.
Nice.
Why do we get beat every time by Fox News?
Why is it we're doing more news than MSNBC?
Yeah.
A guy who's 71 years old.
Holy
shit.
Theater. This movie theater you're seeing on your screen right now,
I
a
can't
brand
see
new
it.
movie theater, we should mention,
I'm
by
on
the
the
way,
radio. I can't see
packed
this.
with people to see the
Oh, it's
Batman
packed?
premiere of that movie.
Batman.
Open fire in one of the theaters,
What?
killing at least 14 people at this hour. 50 people have been taken to area hospitals. Fortunately, there are about 4 excellent hospitals in that area where victims have been brought in. The injuries at this hour range from more modest injuries to more severe injuries. The gunman apparently had a long arm rifle and also 2 handguns. We are hearing at this hour that one of the handguns may have been stashed in that theater at an earlier time. We are also hearing from witnesses at the scene that the suspect threw some kind of a canister into that theater. Witnesses then say they report hearing some sort of a hissing sound and then appeared to see some sort of a smoke.
Rolling.
So some believe that this might have been some sort of a tear gas. And that is when the man opened fire.
Well,
He
if
shot
it was scarce in
between
the
10
theater,
to 20
he might be
rounds
maybe
from
a
this
theater
long arm and
employee.
also from 2 pistols. We are hearing then that the gunman ran out of the theater into the parking lot, and that is where his car was parked. We should mention at this hour that police have taken down this guy. 1 suspect is in police custody, no other suspects at this time, but that is certainly something that police will continue to investigate. Police are searching his car. We are hearing that it is a white vehicle. And apparently there's some sort of explosives that have been found in that car. What kind of explosives? We do not know that at this hour. Now, that suspect also talking with police officials and indicating to them that he has some sort of explosive device in his apartment in Aurora, Colorado. I think those are the pictures that we are seeing right now at this time. Actually, that appears to be the picture of his vehicle that I just mentioned, a white vehicle.
You can't
we are
see it,
hearing
though,
some
because the
reports
fucking
that that
Fox
white vehicle
Chiron is
may
in
have
front of it.
Tennessee
Oh,
license
God,
plates.
what are they
If
doing?
anyone out there has any information on who the suspect might be, you are asked to please call
there it is,
police
okay.
in Aurora, Colorado with information at that. Back to his apartment. Police officials are searching this guy's apartment for any possible explosive device there. We understand that that apartment complex has been evacuated at this hour, so that neighbors there are considered safe.
Crazy.
Here's what we know about the suspect. A young adult man in his 20s. No word yet as to this person's motive. Again, the Tennessee license plates, that is not confirmed at this time. We are hearing, though, from a lot of witnesses. Keep in mind that this theater was a packed theater. So many young people out on summer break wanting to go see this Batman movie.
Yeah, those are the
Tremendously
only people
popular.
that
We're
go
told
to
that this
midnight
movie was, in
showings,
fact,
right?
sold out.
Of course
the
it
movie
was.
theater was packed. We are hearing from one person, Benjamin Fernandez. You can see some of the pictures from that movie theater right there. Benjamin Fernandez says that he was watching the movie and then he heard a series of explosions. He said that people ran from the theater and there were gunshots then. Police shouting, "Get down, get down." This witness says he saw people falling, including one young girl. We also understand that some of the victims were adults, some of the victims were teenagers, and there is one report that one of the victims may be just a 1-year-old baby. Well, police have set up a command post near Dillard's department store. They are interviewing hundreds of possible witnesses at this hour. Some of those witnesses were taken by buses to Gateway High School. They're being questioned there. A police spokeswoman says that that scene is still very active. Again, if you're just joining at this hour, 14 victims are dead, many of them children. Many of them teenagers,
Somebody on Twitter is saying they're saying the movie had just started. So maybe it just began.
Yeah, we got that out there, right?
I didn't know if it was what part of the movie was.
40 minutes. No, it just started.
40.
Or early on in the movie.
You fucking, it's like...
She did a really good job, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. Summed it up, right?
She was
MSNBC, MSNBC is getting their commercials in.
Out of Aurora,
there they
Colorado,
go.
a suburb of Denver, about 10 miles east of Denver. Police now say 15 people are dead. The last time we talked, the death toll was 14. That has now ticked up to 15 dead, at least 50 more wounded in a shooting at a movie theater. According to the Denver Post, the man is 24 years old. The suspect is in custody. The incident happened local time at a mall in Aurora, about, as I said, 10 miles east of the city. KUSA, our NBC station there in Denver, reports dozens of people have been transported to a nearby hospital. Reports say the shooting happened during a late showing of the new Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises. According to witnesses there, the shooter, wearing all black, kicked in the emergency exit door in Theater 9, walked to the front of the theater, stood in front of the screen, threw some kind of a smoke-producing bomb, and then began shooting at random. Witnesses say he was wearing a gas mask. Police say he was carrying a rifle, a knife, and a gun. His apartment now is being evacuated and searched by police for explosive devices based on some information.
You know what? I'll bet this guy planned on doing other shit that night.
Police say
that's why you have an explosive device?
Arrested without incident. He did not resist. He did not put up a fight. In fact, the police chief in Aurora, Dan Oates, calling this a, quote, horrific event, I should say. No evidence, though, of other shooters. So far,
just shoot him in the fucking head.
Yeah.
People are like, how do you feel about the death penalty? What do you think? All in for the death penalty.
Or at least cut one of his hands off. Just cut it. Like, there is something to be said for Saudi Arabia doing that.
Their reasoning is a little crazy, but the thought isn't bad.
Yeah. But now you're right. This scumbag, his thoughts and opinions will be out there.
Hear
and
then
all
he gets of his fucking ideology.
Then he gets to go to jail and be protected, blah, 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 because he's a high profile, blah, blah, blah.
But his car, if there was a bomb in his car, and he had stuff at home still, and a bulletproof vest, he was probably planning on running out of this theater and going somewhere, either getting away or going somewhere else and finishing the job around the other side of the...
Maybe.
He might have been planning on going out to the front of the theater as they ran out and doing something.
Or maybe he figured he had enough bombs to take into the theater, too.
But he didn't blow it up. That's why it's weird. Like, why would you leave your bomb in the car?
No, he let tear gas off in the theater, though. So
it's also odd that he was taken without any incident. Usually these guys, when it's crazy white guy, they either go out in a blaze.
They keep going,
or
right?
They shoot themselves or something, you know?
Witness, I'm sorry, Sam just put up, witness said that the shooting started at the start of the shooting scene in the new Batman. When was the shooting scene? Do you guys remember?
Oh, yeah. It's in...
I don't remember when that happened.
At the beginning of the movie, where it's
the beginning of the movie, they got like... Yeah, well, that's the airplane scene.
Yeah, but that's...
So this guy, okay... If that's true, either he was just waiting, but if this guy had if that's true, and he was able to play, like he knew that when that was happening, he had probably seen the movie already, which means he was probably a theater employee who saw a screening.
I think it's a coincidence.
Maybe.
I think he just decided, okay, it's go time.
Yeah.
You let everyone settle in and get into the movie, and then it's go time. I think. I don't know. You might be right, too.
Craziness.
And he was in she said a riot helmet. She said had a bulletproof vest on. She said that he was completely covered in all black with goggles. And she said that after that point, when she saw that he was holding a shotgun, her and her boyfriend dropped to the floor and just kind of started to crawl to see if they could get away. When she turned around, all she saw was the guy slowly making his way up the stairs and just firing.
First calls to police came out of that movie theater at 12:39 local time, almost exactly 4 hours ago. Police say they were on the scene within 1 or 2 minutes. Again, the police chief there describing it as a, quote, horrific event, a scene one officer described as police officers dragging bodies out of that movie theater. Again, the update right now, 15 people dead.
I think you might be right, Jimmy. I don't think he expected the cops to be on the scene within, 2 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
But I guess there were police in the area because it was such a,
He must have seen them as he was pulling up. I mean,
huh?
No, maybe he was parked in the back. If he kicked in that theater door exit, he was. And another odd thing to notice, his car. Maybe you don't think of this, but his car was parked like he pulled his car into a spot. So maybe he wasn't. Because if you're going to plan on just taking off, wouldn't you back your car into a spot? I mean, maybe that's just in that moment you're not thinking, but
right.
That just struck me as odd that his car is parked where you'd have to back it up to leave.
Yeah. He was well prepared, that's for sure.
And now they're saying MSNBC has been covering it all morning. No. And again,
we've been
doing
here.
All commercials.
I mean, we've been on since 6 o'clock. They have done 5 minutes up front and another 5. So they've done 10 minutes out of 40.
Yeah.
Get those commercials in.
You guys had a lot of trouble breathing.
Yeah, because I don't think Fox has gone to commercial.
No, they haven't. They're a cable network, so they're
because
doing
the
what
air conditioning and the circulation was on. It was in your.
If any of you or your guys need anything, let me know, and I'll find you a relief for
police scanner.
Water.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, this is Aurora.
214 Adam to Lincoln 25. I'm assuming that's still one. Center point.
What?
What was that?
Yes, we still want center tech blocked.
What?
And one of the officers that just got relieved from Abilene, who wants to take the field that Lincoln 25 was talking about to the east of the theater?
Well, they're just distributing resources.
All right, thank you. I think that can be covered from Sable.
No, this isn't my ringtone.
25, I got a bunch of cars with lights on down there, and Sergeant White's going down now to check to see if there's any officers down there with those vehicles, just east of the theater on Sable.
I want to hear people that are at the apartment.
Somebody's going to check those cars with their lights on just east of the theater on Sable.
Yeah, they're a little skittish.
Just those cars coming down there to check it. Don't come any closer than those cars. The squad is still out here working the car.
Oh, they're still working on his car.
Oh, really?
They don't come any closer to the theater than those cars because bomb squad's still working the car.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's some crazy shit going on. 2:30. Yeah.
Come on. This is raw, obviously. We're just taking a chance here.
217. Be advised, Chick-fil-A is going to open up their doors for all.
Chick-fil-A is going to open up their doors for the officers. Breaking
Hungry?
news.
They're
Breaking
hungry?
news.
They're hungry?
Breaking news.
Oh, they're feeding the cops, though. At least that's...
Chick-fil-A.
Affirm, Chick-fil-A is going to be opening up their doors for the officers if they need to go in there and get something to eat or go to the bathroom.
Breaking news. Only on the Opie and Anthony show.
Right.
Chick-fil-A opening their doors for police officers to piss and eat.
And that's all Chick-fil-A's in the entire country.
Yes, every single one of them. So officers, feel free.
Yeah. You know how many cops are listening to this right now, walking into Chick-fil-A's, and they're going, no, what are you talking about?
By the way, Chick-fil-A always involved in these tragedies. It seems amazing.
Yeah,
they're not.
That awful woman.
One of my guys had a car that was full of blood already, and it's no longer on scene with you guys.
What?
Let me find detectives here. See what we're going to do there. I don't want any of those cars to look like that. Cruiser 63, though, Lincoln 25, per lieutenant before double check with them, but I think they were just taking photos, and then they could be cleaned out. Okay.
I guess they want
Just see if I can break in here, see if I already cleared our cars up here today.
crime scene, you know?
All three of our cars need to be checked out.
They got to get all that information.
Okay.
If there's bloody vehicles now.